Born into a slave family, George Washington Carver became America's foremost agricultural scientist. His efforts helped to free Southern farmers, both black and white, from the poverty that followed the Civil War. From the peanut, he made milk, soap, salad oil, ice cream, and more than 300 other products. From the sweet potato, he produced an egg yolk substitute, vinegar, soap, ink, and about 150 other things. He was always making something out of some ordinary object. The secret of his success? Simple, he would say. It is found in the Bible. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. When George Washington Carver died, Congress officially mourned his passing, and state legislatures eulogized him. Even President Franklin Roosevelt declared, "The world of science has lost one of its most eminent figures. All mankind is beneficiary of his discoveries in the field of agricultural chemistry." Of course, Carver hadn't always been so honored. Shortly after his birth, he and his mother were kidnapped by marauding night riders from a Missouri plantation. His mother was sold to another slave owner, but no one wanted the sickly baby. Eventually, the original slave owner recognized the baby, traded a racehorse for him, and named him George Washington. As a young man, George Washington Carver worked his way through Iowa State College of Agricultural and Mechanic Arts, and 2 years later joined its faculty. When the noted black leader Booker T. Washington invited him to join the Tuskegee Institute in Alabama as its director of agricultural research, he accepted. He stayed there for the rest of his life. At Tuskegee, Carver became famous for his discoveries. He once said, "My discoveries came like a divine revelation from God. In half an hour after the idea was revealed to me, I produced the yolk of an egg from the Puerto Rico sweet potato. Anything will give up its secrets if you love it enough." At the turn of the century, peanuts were a minor crop, but by 1923, a Montgomery newspaper reported that 53 million bushels of peanuts had been grown, making 7 million pounds of peanut butter and 3 million pounds of oil. All of this came from Carver, the paper said. Carver told of a conversation he had with God early in his career. "Dear Creator, please tell me what the universe was made for." Said the Creator, "You want to know too much for such a little mind as yours. Ask for something your size." "Dear Creator, tell me what man was made for." Again, the Creator replied, "Little one, you are still asking too much." Finally, I asked, "Tell me then, Creator, what the peanut was made for." After that, the great Creator taught me how to take the peanut apart and put it together again. This scientist obviously enjoyed life and God's creation. A personal relationship with the great Creator of all things is the only foundation for the abundant life, he said. Walk and talk with God and let him direct your path. You see, Carver often said, there is no need for anyone to be without direction or to wander amid the perplexities and complexities of life. We are plainly told, in all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path. So why go blundering along our poor blind way when God has told us he will help us? Now the entire world benefits from the numerous discoveries this one man was able to uncover, all because he sought God, who in turn directed his path that laid out new rules.